Hey, first grade. I'm so excited to do our Wednesday read aloud together today. This is a book I feel is really important, especially right now with everything going on with the coronavirus, because it's a book about worry. If you're like me, there's a lot to worry about right now with the coronavirus. For example, you might be worried if you're going to get it or someone you know is going to get it. You might be worried about the safety of you and your family. You might even be worried about if we're going to go back to school this year and what that would look like. So, this is a book about how to keep all those worries many of us have right now really small. Let's get reading. This book is called Ruby Finds a Worry by Tom Percival. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high, and she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day she discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. But then the worry started to grow. Each day it got a little bit bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. And it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half the school bus, and it took up whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. Then one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt, sad. And then she noticed something else, something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was! Ruby realized she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. Then Ruby did the best thing you can ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now she knew how to get rid of them. And they never hung around for long. So, first graders, an important lesson we can learn from this story is if you're feeling worried right now about all the things going on and all the changes, that's totally okay and normal. Even grown-ups are feeling worried right now. But the most important thing you can do is talk about it with someone. You could talk about it with someone in your family. You could talk about it to even a stuffed animal or a lovey if you have that at home. You can talk about it to a pet. But the most important thing to keep those big worries small is to talk about it with someone you trust. I'll see you next time.